Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
What's going on YouTube, Diggy546? Definitely hit that subscribe button if you're new. Like the video if you like the video. And I won't tell if you click that bell. But let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, so today is Wednesday and we had our first joint practice with the Patriots. Of course, we played them on Saturday. Last week we had our practices Thursday and Friday with the Browns. This week it's Wednesday and Thursday. Of course, the Patriots, we play them on Saturday. And of course, the whole Bill Belichick, Joe Judge connection is well known, and pretty much this is the perfect joint practice to have. There was a time during the practice where there was a fight, a mini fight, just regular camp fight stuff. And Joe Judge and Bill Belichick had both teams running laps at the same time. So I thought that was really funny to kind of start the practice off. And I guess after they ran those laps, they came back, continued on with practice. But practice today, we pretty much got whooped. We got whooped thoroughly, especially by Mac Jones. He completed passes all over the field against us. The ball barely touched the ground. And this happened against Baker too, which I think is pretty much, let's be honest. I think it's pretty much Patrick Graham not really scheming, not trying to confuse the young quarterback, not doing all the extra stuff, the blitzing and everything like that. So yeah, he wasn't really trying to be creative against the Patriots, and it's showing. Guys are pretty much completing every single pass. And the thing is, last year we let a lot of teams complete passes. We gave up like 67 completion percentage, but the thing is we didn't let people score. So if that's still the game plan, this is why people are pretty much completing mostly everything against us, because we're the bend but don't break defense, and especially with things happening, guys going out today, specifically Adoree Jackson. I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to play that kind of football, especially until he can get healthy. But I'll get to Adoree Jackson. The biggest news today was that Kyle Rudolph came off of the PUP list, and he wasn't like all the other guys that came off of the PUP list. He immediately participated in 11-on-11 drills, which was really cool to see. The dude comes back day one. There's no like jogging on the sideline. There's no just phantom route running. He actually got out there, competed with his team, and that was good to see. It shows that Rudolph is definitely 100% on track to play not next week, but on September 12th against the Denver Broncos week 1. Maybe he might get a snap or two in this upcoming game, but to see him get out there 11-on-11 full pass contact against another team is a really good sign. So Rudolph got back. He didn't do much, but he was out there. I don't think he got a bunch of snaps, but he did get out there with the team against the Patriots. So that's always a good sign. I'm sure he did some blocking. So it seems like they trust him to go out there and be healthy and do everything as normal until, he gets ramped up and plays more than, a couple snaps and then plays an entire quarter, however they want to do that. But I think at the beginning of the season, he's going to be used kind of situationally, red zone, third downs. I don't think he'll play a ton of snaps because he has to ramp himself up to that. But while we get a player back, another player goes out. Now, Adoree Jackson, early on in practice, he got poked in his eye. So he came off of the field, he got poked in his eye, came off of the field, and then after a couple of plays, he went right back in. The thing is, he went back in, and this confused a lot of people because a lot of people thought that he was just healthy all along because they heard that he went back to practice. But after he went back, he tried to break up a pass to, I'm not sure who they were throwing it to, but he tried to break up a deep pass, him and Darnay Holmes. They tried to break up the pass, and they landed awkwardly, or Adoree Jackson landed awkwardly, and he turned his ankle. So he's got an ankle sprain of some sort. We don't know how severe it is. Some reports are saying that, there was severe swelling and it's horrible. Some reports are saying that he'll miss, a couple of weeks and he should be ready for week 1. Some reports are just saying that, he could play in practice tomorrow. So I don't know what those reports are. I don't know what the truth is. I'm going to continue to just wait for what Joe Judge says. And when I see him not be out there, or when I see him out there, is when I'll say what's going on with Adoree Jackson. But for right now, everything about him is speculation until we hear it specifically from the Giants. I can't stress that enough. We cannot sit here and play doctor. And first of all, even if you were a doctor, you wouldn't know how severe his injury was. You don't know anything about the injury. how it's healing, how it's swelling. You don't know anything. So Adoree Jackson is pretty much in my head day to day until we hear otherwise. A little bit of the positives I heard coming out of practice. Talking Giants actually covered part of the practice, and they talked about how Will Hernandez and Andrew Thomas continue to shine. That's really good news. It shows that Hernandez is like not just putting together one good practice or one good game. He continues to put together good practice, good rep after good rep after good rep at this lighter weight. So that kind of excites me because if he can be a solid right guard for us or an above average right guard, Nick Gates is beside him and then AT on the left side, that means that at least 3 out of our 5 starting offensive linemen are going to be at least, average or above average. And AT looks like he's going to be really, really good this year. Left guard, Shane Lemieux once again did not play in 11 on 11. He didn't play in the preseason so far, so that's kind of concerning. But I think they're just ramping him up. Maybe he'll get a chance to play and practice tomorrow, and maybe he'll play in the actual game. But for right now, Lemieux is not playing against the Patriots. Matt Parrott, I don't think he gave up a sack actually in team drills, but in the individual drills, reports were saying that he got beat a couple of times, but at other times he, kind of recovered and was a good player. So Matt Parrott is still developing. The dude played 15% of the snaps last year. So you cannot expect him to be some flawless all-pro left tackle. He's going to have his lapses. We just got to hope that those lapses are, when DJ can escape the pocket or when he can see what's going on in front of him, step up, or, the ball is already gone. So Matt Parrott is still working, but I think he's got a high ceiling and he's going to continue to get better in my opinion. And then lastly, Saquon. Things continue to be open for him. Joe Judge said that Saquon wasn't going to be here today because of a personal thing, but he is rejoining the team tonight and he will practice tomorrow. Now, he will have a red jersey on. So I don't know what that means for a running back to have a red jersey on if he's going to compete against the Browns and they're just going to watch him run through the holes and just not touch him. I don't understand how that's going to work out. It'll be interesting to see. But if he's going to do any kind of competition against other players, that is a next step up in his rehab process. He still has not been ruled out of the preseason game. Still hasn't been ruled out of that. And Joe Judge was adamant about making sure that Saquon does get tackled, does get hit before he gets out there in the game. And I'm not sure what kind of hitting they do in practice before that first game. But if they don't do much hitting in practice, then it seems like he's trying to get Saquon one drive or, 2 or 3 plays or maybe even one carry in a preseason game. Now, don't take my word for it. Don't say that that's what I said. Don't go start telling people Diggy said that Saquon is going to play this week. But it seems like that's possible. Maybe he gets literally one carry and then he gets tackled and then he gets taken out because it seems like they want Saquon to actually feel some kind of, contact because he hasn't been tackled in a year. So I'll be on the lookout for that. We'll see what he does in practice tomorrow. Other than that, the Patriots seemed like they had our number. I think Evan Ingram caught a couple of touchdowns. Sterling Shepard continues to do his thing. A bunch of guys left practice today and came back. Seems like Adoree Jackson is the only person who actually has an injury that he's going to leave today with. Hopefully it's a slight sprain. I don't want him practicing either way, even if he can tomorrow. Slight sprain, have him ready for week 1. We should be all good. But that's all I have for today. Hopefully the Giants can come back and dominate practice tomorrow. If you made it this deep into the video, come on, just hit the subscribe button. I make Giants content primarily, draft content secondarily, and during the season, I'm going to be doing a lot of reacting to pretty much most of the NFL games and everything NFL. So if you made it this deep, go ahead and join the D6 squad.